right, so here we are, attempt number 2. If you haven't seen the first attempt, I'll leave a link somewhere up here, so you'll definitely want to check that out. Whether you do check out part 1, I mean, that's up to you. If you just want to keep watching this one, that's fine too. So I'm actually at a different Dollarama right now. I do believe it is a bigger one. I did also think of a couple other items that I did not purchase last time, which I will purchase this time. So here we are, this is a different Dollarama. So I've got this whole bag of things that was from the last video. And now for the new stuff. So we're back. We've got more knowledge, we've got more gear, and we've got more support from all of you that watched the last video. So here we go. Boom. Much better sleeping mat this time. An actual tarp. This cost $4, so it's one of the expensive items. But it's going to be nice. 6 feet by 8 feet. We've got a toy for Scout. We've got some rope this time, so I've learned a couple knots. No clips this time, actual rope. Duct tape. And then for supper we're gonna have some instant noodles, so we'll cook that up on the fire. Also got, this is probably not the best, but some canned chicken, so I'll add that to the soup. It'll add a bit more protein. Very excited for this. We've got a pie crust. So we'll be attempting to make a pie on the fire tonight. And it will be an apple pie. I'll sprinkle the top with this. Might make like a crumble or something. And then we got a couple bubblies. And here's our receipt. It cost $30 again. So good consistency, $30 last time. All right, so right behind me, you see a tree that's like a dead tree that's kind of fell and wedged between those two other trees. I might try and put my tarp up there. I'm a little worried that it might be a bit too high. So I do see some other dead trees around that maybe I could try and like wedge a new tree in there and make a kind of a shorter shelter, because I don't need it to be that tall. What do you think, Scout? Are you thirsty? Well, Scout, what do you think so far? Looks pretty good to me. Just missing our shelter, but it's quite comfy actually. These things are flimsier than I anticipated, but I guess that's what you get for the dollar store. But yeah, I think this was a great addition this year. Okay, I'm actually really happy right now by how everything's going so far. There's still work to be done. It's not done yet, but this tarp is, I am extremely impressed with the tarp here. It's actually quite thick, and well, I like it thick. So, Yeah, now I just need to figure out how to tie the tarp down. So I've got some rope. I learned one knot. Well, I mean, I watched one video about a knot and I haven't tried it yet. So I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'm actually quite happy so far. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you've already done that, don't forget to give it a burnt thumbs up, apparently. And if you've already done that, well, you can leave a comment. And if you've done all three, I think you're the coolest person in the world, and I really appreciate you. Okay, so what I've done here is I put the stick straight through that hole, and then I dug the stick pretty deep in the ground. Now I'm going to try and do this again for this piece here. Okay, so far these little sticks here are actually working quite well. As you can see, it's in here and then it's dug in the ground there. And then same for this corner. Quick peek inside the shelter. Oh my God, that looks amazing. Scout, what have you done? What happened? What happened, Scout? Let me help you out. Let me help you. There you go. That's better. That's better. I did buy the rope though because I really want to use it. I actually want to see if I could tie a proper knot and make it work. So I found a spot that I can use the rope. I actually tied a knot. This is a square knot. All right, so my shelter is done. I'm very proud of it, but there's one kind of flaw. It's kind of hard to get in. I didn't really make a good way to get in, so I guess we just crawl underneath here. Come on in, Scout. Yay. What do you think, Scout? What do you think? What do you think? Scout looked at my phone and ended the video. Oh, there you go. She's all excited now. Well, I'd say the shelter is Scout approved. Come here, Scout. What do you think, Scout? What do you think? Ah, kiss attack. Ah, you're attacking me. Well, Scout can get in and out real easy. Look at this thing. How cool is that? All right, well now the shelter's done. Now it's time to start a fire so we can eat, because I'm gonna get hungry soon. I'm sure Scout's gonna get hungry as well. She doesn't need a fire for her food though. So our matches. So Scout, what are you doing? Oh. She's going crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hey, that's my fire pit, Scout. Get out of there. So our matches that were already no good, they got kind of wet during the last episode. So they're going to be even worse this time, but we'll give it a try. I think we'll definitely get the fire started anyway. Well, it's 5 o'clock, Scout knows what that means. Hey, Scout? Are you hungry? Is it supper time? Okay. Good girl. I almost forgot about our little friend. I put him up here. There you go. Now the shelter's complete. It's now time to give Scout her toy. I gotta cut this thing off first though. Alright, Scout, you want your toy? What do you think, Scout? Made myself some handy chopsticks again. So there are many reasons why you should not use a knife to open a can. I probably don't need to go over them, but you could hurt yourself and you also dull the knife very much. I did not feel like buying a can opener, so that's why I just used the knife. Dollar store pie shell is no good. Look at that. It just crumbles apart. Well, look at this disaster. I tried taking my ramen off the fire and I just spilt it all. Everything was going too well. Attempt number 2. I'm pretty hungry now, so let's hope it works. Well, it's starting to get cold. It's still 14 Celsius right now, which is, for my American friends, I think that's around 57 Fahrenheit. And overnight, it's going to go down to 1 Celsius, which is about 33 Fahrenheit. So it will get quite cold. Good thing I've got some ramen to warm me up and some warm apple pie. That smells kind of rotten. Still good. It said it's good till 2024. There's like a brown spot in there as well. I don't know if I'm gonna eat that. No, I'm gonna skip the chicken. It would have been nice to add that, but it smells nasty and it looks nasty. And I don't feel like being sick out in the woods. Cheers. Alright, well, here's the apple pie. Not sure how I'm gonna eat this, because I've got my chopsticks here. I don't have a fork. Wow. It's not pretty, but it tastes pretty good. I just broke my chopstick. Well, the pie didn't turn out as expected. Here's the pie crust. It just completely burnt to the aluminum. Even though it didn't turn out as expected, it's still quite good. Like, look at this. A hot apple with some crumble on it. That'll always be good, no matter what. So I'm going to take a hike back to the car. I'm going to leave all the food in the car tonight. There's no really bears or too many animals to worry out here. But either way, I don't really want to attract any animals during the night. That's a beautiful moon tonight. Just like the DreamWorks moon. So I duct taped the tarp from the last shelter all along here. So that way Scout won't be tempted to run off during the night because it'll be kind of blocked off. It's getting real dark real fast. Well, the temperature's dropping and it's getting quite dark pretty fast. I'll block the light here. Oh wow, yeah, it's without the light on, it's pitch black. So it's only just past 7 o'clock. It's about 7:30. Scout's getting her bed ready. I think I'm just gonna try and fall asleep as soon as possible because there's not much else to do. We're nice and cozy in here. We're fully covered. It could rain pretty hard, and I think we'd stay dry in here. I mean, actually there is a couple there was a couple of burn holes in the tarp from the tent. There was some embers that flew up and burnt a little hole on the tarp, but other than that, we'd be nice and dry. So I have a question for all of you. I know home could have lots of meanings to different people. Home could be a house. Home could be a place like the city you grew up in, or it could be people. You know, like if your family's around, that's home. So I was wondering what all of you consider home. Do you consider home your house, your van? Is it your family? What does it mean for some place to be a home? I'd like to know what you guys think about that. While I'm sitting in the shelter, I may as well talk about my version of home. For me, home is the city I grew up in, and it's also because my family still lives there, right? So that's always going to be home to me. Is oh, look, there's a nice spider. Look at that creepy crawly. I'm sure there'll be more of those guys roaming around. But anyway, home to me is the city I grew up in, and it's where all of my family lives. So I'd like to kind of get to know you guys a little bit more. You know, I feel like when I'm out here, I feel like I'm with you guys. Like right now, I'm talking to all of you right now, so I feel like you're all here. So I just really like to know more about all of you. Well, it's 8 o'clock now. I think I'm gonna be sore in the morning. This is not very comfortable, but I'm very, very happy with the shelter. I feel so safe in this little fort here. I'm very happy with the fort that I got going on right now, though. It's just so nice. It's fully covered. It could rain or snow even, and I'd be fine. I can start to see my breath, so the temperature is really dropping. And Scout's all bundled up. Look how cozy she looks. She likes looking out that little window there. Scout really likes to be facing an opening. She likes to know what's going on. I sat for probably 2 hours by the fire. warm myself up, and I'm nice and warm now, nice and toasty, so hopefully I can keep some of that warmth throughout the night. Scout stayed in the shelter the whole time. She didn't want to come by the fire. She'd rather be in her bed all cozy. This big lump right here is Scout. That's her under this blanket. While I was sitting by the fire, I could hear something moving around behind me, so I kind of got a little spooked. I grabbed my flashlight, turned around, and it was a mouse. So now I know there's mice running around here. It's not really what I wanted to see right before bed, but oh well. Hopefully they don't come in my little fort here. They're not invited. If anything happens during the night, then I'll grab my phone quickly and record it. But other than that, I think I'm just gonna record once I wake up, and we'll see what the fort looks like in the morning. See if it survived the night. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but I can see my breath right now. So it's getting kind of cold. All right, well, good night, everyone. Well, it's past 2 a.m. right now. I haven't slept a whole lot. Cold. I'm uncomfortable. Oh boy. Alright, it's 4:30 a.m. I think I'm gonna go start the fire. I'm so cold. I'm shivering. For the challenge to feel complete, I'm gonna stay out until sunrise, until it gets bright out, and then I'll feel like, I truly completed the challenge. So I'm gonna go get a fire started and warm up a little bit. Wow, warming up by a campfire is one of my favorite feelings in the world. It just takes me back to being at my grandparents' place. They had a wood stove there, and it was a very old house, and when we'd light up the wood stove, the house would smell like fire, and it would just be such a cozy feeling sitting right by that wood stove. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love fire so much. It just brings me back to those days. It's almost 5 a.m. now, so I've got a couple more hours till sunrise, and I'm just gonna enjoy the fire here and warm up and take it easy. Slowly getting brighter. You can finally see the sky. It's kind of cool being out here when it was just completely pitch black, and then very, very slowly I could see the sky starting to get brighter and brighter. Well, we've just about officially made it. I'm gonna feed Scout her breakfast and then start packing up. Okay, leave it. Okay. Good girl. Oh, look at that. There's some frost on my car. That's how cold it got last night. The sun's out, the birds are chirping. It could only mean one thing. Right, Scout? Come here. It could only mean one thing. Come on up. It could only mean that we made it through the night and we survived the dollar store challenge. What do you think, Scout? Scout, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, crazy dog? So if you've got any questions or requests, if you've got a recipe that you'd like me to cook on the fire, or you've got a new challenge idea, you could either DM me on my Instagram, which I'll leave here and also in the description, or you could also send me an email. So both of those will be in the description. And as always, thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. It's so much more fun bringing all of you along. So now it's time to go home, probably take a warm shower and eat some breakfast and have some coffee. Peace out.